here's why you need to buy a house right now. I need you to hop in a time machine with me. We're going to go back in time about 18 months ago. This is what it looked like if you wanted to buy a home. It had to be the biggest priority in your life because if a reasonably priced home hit the market, you had about 2 hours to drop everything on your schedule, run across town, and take a look at it. When you got there were 15 or 20 other families looking at the home, and probably half or more of them were going to be competing with you on the offer. But what's that look like to get your offer accepted? Pretty much a guarantee that you're not going to get it at list price. You were basically in a position where the seller controlled the deal. So it was not a very pleasant time to buy a home. And a lot of people ended up paying more for their home than what it was listed for. Hop back in the time machine with me. Now we're going to go back to 2017 and 18 where we had a huge supply and demand issue. This all got started when we had the financial crash and we built more than 1 million homes. So we started creating a supply and demand issue all the way back to 2008. We've had more people immigrate to this country in the last 10 years. So now we have a lot more demand coming in. Now we have generational demand with all the millennials that are graduating college and getting married and having kids. What comes next? Buying a home. So we already had a demand issue and we had two big drivers for demand. And then we had a worldwide pandemic that caused an economic shutdown. And we had interest rates drop below 3%. At the end of the day, if you're concerned that we're going to have a housing market crash or waiting for rates to come back down, let me ease those concerns for you. Number one, we're not going to have a housing market crash because there's just not enough supply to meet the demand that we have coming in. The scary thing that's going on that nobody in the news is talking about is that we have so much demand sitting on the sidelines waiting for rates to come back down. When those rates do come back down, that market which I described to you a few minutes ago is going to be twice as bad. Here's what the numbers look like. If you take today's rate versus what they're saying rates could be in the next 18 to 24 months, it's going to be an extra $300 to $400 a month at the end of the day over the course of 2 to 3 years. It's somewhere between $5,000 to $8,000 you're going to pay in additional interest. So let me ask you simply, would you rather pay $6,000 in additional interest spread out over the next 24 months? Or do you want to pay an extra $40,000, $50,000, even $60,000 above list price for a house? It's your preference.